Marquez here in a bit of a French sandwich, isn't he? A French baguette, I guess you could say, with Quartararo ahead of him and Zarco directly behind him.
I wonder if Fabio's going to let them follow, you know, because Fabio can do it on his own. He doesn't need them, you know, and he's already up there. He doesn't need to follow and let them tow him, you know. I'm really curious if he'll just get his head down, do the lap, or bail out and let those guys go away. They have to do the lap.
Still not seen too much of Maverick Vinales, not really at this stage capitalising on a rare visit into Q2 right now, is he? The Spanish rider. He's down in 12th place at the moment. Taki Nakagami, who's been a podium contender over a couple of his last visits here to Jerez as well, will be expecting a little bit more than 10th spot. There's still time on their side as we look at a trio of Ducatis fly towards turn one. They're led by Bagnaia, who at the moment still in second place. Bezzecchi directly behind him. Then it's Jack Miller. I think Bagnaia knows that he has to be on that front row. If Quartararo does qualify on pole, Bagnaia has to be somewhere on that front row to try and disrupt the Frenchman's rhythm early on here. At this stage of the session, Fabio Quartararo is saying, OK, then well, catch me if you can, or more importantly, keep up with me if you can, because as Simon mentioned, Quartararo, no problems with him running low 136s. He could do those all day blindfolded around Jerez. Now, he's just going to go out there maybe now and go, OK, Mark, let's see what you've got.
Yeah, I really don't know, because if he just goes, I think he knows he's helping Mark, and but it's whether or not he cares, you know. Look at Bagnaia, yeah, he can just reel off those impressive laps as well.
Yeah, and potentially on course for another pole lap here, Pecco Bagnaia. He's about 3/4 of the way through that third sector and looking really, really strong. Will this lift Joan Mir potentially up one row? He's heading the third row as it stands right now. He'd love to be inside that top six. Unfortunately, that's not where he is at the moment. Just 300th down on Johann Zarco. Estimated P1 then for the man. Oh! Yellow flags in sector one. I was going to say that must be Mir. Mir just come over the line, so it had to be Joan Mir. He had the big scare of an FP4, didn't he, into turn 13. This time around, he has another moment, and he's not able to save it into the first corner. This will be a legal lap, though, for Pecco Bagnaia. The yellow flags are in sector one, and it's a pole lap as it stands. A 1:36.170. What a lap time that is by Pecco Bagnaia. That's nearly 7/10 of a second quicker than Fabio Quartararo, who's still got Marquez in hot pursuit. Somebody else has gone down by the sound of it. A big noise in our headsets. I think there's been another faller, which of course will bring out more yellow flags. It's in sector two, so it won't affect Quartararo and Marquez, but you can see now, as we get towards the final couple of minutes of this session, everybody right on the limit, pushing so hard for a fast lap time. We've seen Joan Mir go down, and now we've seen Enea Bastianini.
I've got to say, Mark's doing a great job of staying in contact with Fabio. It's going to lift him up
this is not fast enough though from Quartararo to take back pole position here from Pecco Bagnaia, who found that stunning 1:36.170. So Bastianini is our latest faller. Some big names crashing out late on here in this session. Marquez has rolled out of it. He's given up the chase of Fabio Quartararo, so it looks like Marquez will be at best in fourth place. Good to see Enea Bastianini on his feet, of course. He had a big bruising crash in Q1 in Portimao last weekend. That dropped him to 18th place on the grid. And at the moment, the best he's going to be hoping for is 10th now.
Matt, in the position Marquez is in, I think that's an excellent job, you know. He's obviously not feeling comfy on the bike. Let's see what happened to Joan. Turn one.
Yeah, so up the
hill.
hill.
It's got to be front on the as you tip in. Bosh. What went first? We can't quite see the front. So normally it's front goes, then rear comes around. So maybe we can see it from another angle. You
could see on the way in. There was 3 or 4 big bunny hops on the rear tyre, wasn't there?
Yeah, which puts a heap of weight on the front, though, and the front's doing all the work.
Taka Nakagami, how hard is he pushing the front end and rear end of that Idemitsu LCR Honda through turns 7 and 8? Nakagami, have a quick check on his current progress. No, he's not going to be threatening the front row, or possibly maybe knocking Miller off that front row. Lace Spargro in 5th place, but with a 1:36.170. Pecco Bagnaia has obliterated the all-time lap record, which was a 1:36.584.
And for the listeners that don't realise, Bagnaia has still got an injured shoulder, so this is like very impressive. Yes. He's back.
7 days ago in Portimao, he was in hospital having checks on a battered and bruised right shoulder. Nakagami does climb up then into 6th place, and crucially, Juan Mir is paying dearly for that crash at turn 1 because he's in danger here of getting knocked off row 3. Now in 9th place is the Suzuki man. It's not been the Saturday afternoon that Suzuki were hoping for. Is there any late drama here? I'm just having a quick check on Fabio Quartararo. It looks like his golden qualifying run here in Jerez is going to be over. Although no, I was just getting on the previous look at this, Fabio Quartararo, Aleix Espargaro goes in the front row, Quartararo in that first sector, the exact same time as Pecco Bagnaia. Although he's lost time in the second sector, so it does look like the golden qualifying run for Fabio Quartararo here in Spain is coming to an abrupt end. The consolation prize will be a front row. Let's not discount him yet, because if anybody can find, oh, that was close. Now then, did he trigger those sensors coming out of turn number 7? If he did, well then this lap will be cancelled. It was very, very close to track limits there for Fabio Quartararo. That's how hard he is having to push here. Marc Marquez will be at best in 5th place. Fabio Quartararo is not keeping his 100% pole record going here in Jerez, because Pecco Bagnaia, with a sensational lap of 1:36.170, just 7 days after he was lying in hospital getting treatment on a badly damaged right shoulder. He came from the back of the grid to 8th in Portimao.
Look at Zarco's effort as well. You reckon he'd jump up a few?
8th place at the moment for Zarco. Quartararo comes over the line, he will be 2nd. Zarco does find a couple of places late on. That could be crucial. Zarco goes up from row 3 to row 2. What a job though by this man, the Ducati Lenovo team star. Pecco Bagnaia takes his first pole position of the 2022 MotoGP World Championship.